All right, so here is another strategy for long division. Now, the grid strategy is probably my favorite alternative to the standard algorithm. And with grid strategy, it looks really similar to the box or area model strategy from when we first started. We're going to do it in purple today. So I'm still going to make a box. And let's make sure it's long enough today. Long enough this way, I guess. So I guess I really need to make it wide. I need to make it long. And just like the box strategy, you're going to have, there are 3 digits in what I'm dividing, so I'm going to have 3 separate boxes in my grid. The difference is I'm going to expand this number, write it in expanded notation. So I'm going to write 600. Then I'm going to take the next one, which is 70. And the last one, which is 7. Okay. So I'm also going to write what I'm dividing by outside. So that's similar. We always write what we're dividing by outside the box. And like always, our answers go up top. Now, with this one, we're going to have to do some estimating. But because these numbers have zeros after them, the estimating is going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to think about how many times can 8 go into 600? Ooh, well, that's too big. So I'm like thinking, okay, I'm going to have to estimate a little bit differently. I'll be like, oh, let's try the ones digits. How many times can 8 go into 6? Oh, wait, it can't. So I'm definitely going to have to look at this 60 when I'm estimating. And I'm going to think, how many times does 8 go into 60 without going over? Now, if you're not sure, use your multiplication chart. I highly recommend getting one. So I'm going to go down. Ooh, well, 8 can go into 67 times, and that gets 56. Because 8 times 8 is 64, and that's too big. I can't go over. So I'm looking at 8 times 7. Awesome. But I have to remember, it's not 60, it's 600, which means I need to add the 0. It's not 8 times 7, it's 8 times 70. So now I do this. 7 times 8 is 56. I almost thought it was 64, Miss Tara. That's not right. And 0 times 8 is 0. So we can put that there. So 600 subtract 560, finding the difference, gets me the answer of 40. Awesome. I'm going to carry this 40 over here. But I already have a 70. So I have 40 and 70 more. Okay. So 4 plus 7 is 11, but then I add the zeros. So now I have, instead of 70, I have 110. All right. So I'm sitting here thinking, how close can I get to this? Well, how could I do it? Well, when I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm going to do what I kind of did before on this one. I'm going to estimate. And then because this is a 0, I'll add this 0 here. So how many times can 8 go into 11? Well, 8 can only go into 11 one time without going over. So I'm going to go, watcha, like that. Awesome. So 10 times 8 is 80. Oops. I made the 0 in the wrong spot. That's okay. We'll erase and try it a little bit. Miss Tara, that's not how you write that. All right. So 110 subtract 80. Now we got a little bit of borrowing to do here, but we'll make it. 0 minus 0 is 0. Awesome. Now I could borrow, or I could look at it and go, okay, this is 11, this is minus 8. So I'm going to figure that out, which is 3. So I'm going to put 30 here. Awesome. We've done it. Now what I have left over, I take over here. Okay. So 30 plus 7 makes 37. Look at that. I don't even have to change much. Now, how many times does 8 go into 37? without going over. So I jump over to my chart and I look, ooh, 37 is close to 40, but 40 is over, so I can't do 8 times 5. I can't be over the number, so I have to look at one beneath it. 8 times 4 is 32, also close to 37, and this time it doesn't go over. So I'm going to put the 4 up here. 4 times 8 is 32. I subtract, find the difference, and I get 5 left over. Awesome. But I have no more grids. I have no more spaces until we get into decimals, which we're not doing. So now I have 70 plus 10 plus 4, and this is left over. And what do we call leftovers? Remainders. So this is really for remainder 5. So now I add up all the parts like I kind of did in any area model. So I go 70 plus 10, that's 80. 80 plus 4, that's 84, remainder 5. So my answer would be 84. Oops, there we go. Remainder 5. And that is how you use the grid strategy when your first digits, like this 6, is smaller than what you're dividing by, which is 8.